welcome to Dead Skull Genetics, guys. The beginning of our bean to green harvest getting started here, guys. So before we go any further, we got to get ourselves right and get our minds in the game. So let's go ahead and pack one up, get our minds right. Let me know in the comments down below what you're puffing on. This is from my last grow. This here is Pulp Friction from Greenhouse Seed Company. I know I'm not a shill for them in any way, shape, or form. They just happen to have good prices and good genetics. That's my only thing. Good prices, good genetics. There are many different seed banks out there that you can grab seeds from. Like Seedsman, Kind Seed Company, Brothers Mendel, and all of them. But this one, I'm going with Greenhouse Seed Company. They were at the time they were running a special for the 4th of July, so that was perfect for me. And let's go ahead and get ourselves right. Yo. Oh, that is so tasty. It has that nice orangey flavoring to it. Smooth smoke. So we know we got a good dry and cure because we got a nice smooth smoke. Um, oh, that gets yourself right. All right, now that we got ourselves right, let's go ahead and dig right on into today's excellent topic, guys. So I'm gonna try to help you guys be more successful with making sure that you get as best germination possible. There's the tried and true methods. You get a piece of paper towel. Well, let's start the easiest way, right? Not always successful. The easiest way is to set up a pot of dirt. Take your seed, put it in a pot of dirt, water it in, cover it up, keep it warm, and she'll germinate. Now, through that method, I would say, depending on the seed, how fresh the seed is, and your environment, you will have anywhere from a 50 to about an 80% germination success rate. There are some people who they can pop any seed in the ground and they will get a 90-95% germination rate. Those aren't the norms. They're kind of the exceptions when it comes down to placing seeds in dirt. Nature does what nature does best. We all know this. So we also know that we're trying to give these seeds that are quite expensive to us. I don't know about you, but anything that's $10 a seed and up, you want to try to make sure that you're giving your germination rates the most success possible, guys. And I do mean the most success possible. So the first thing that I like to do is set it up for a dropping into water, and you float them in water or let them sink. We're trying to get moisture down into the depths of that seed to start getting the enzymatic reaction to take place in the center of the seed, so that we can start the germination process. So, like I said, I like to do it and drop it into a glass of water for 24 hours. Other people will sit there and put it into a paper towel. These are both great methods. I know people who drop a seed in the water, let it float in there for anywhere from 24 hours to 3 days until you see some visible roots, and then you can plant it directly into soil. Paper towel method, or just dropping into plain water, you get a little bit of a better success rate out of the deal, right? Because we're keeping moisture in contact with the seed. This helps with the enzymatic reactions going on inside the seed. So with that being said, what's the success rate with dropping it into water or putting it into a paper towel method, right? I would say that you're probably anywhere from about 60 to, I would say, 90% successful with these two methods. Um, I would say that dropping it in the water will bring you to at least dropping your seed in the water for 24 hours minimum, and then putting it into paper towel, you'll be closer to that 75 to 90% success rate. Again, these seeds are $10 plus. We want to make sure that these seeds have the best success rate, right? We want to protect our investment at the end of the day. That's what this is all about. So, how can I get myself to be near 100% germination success rate, right? Well, that's where we come into just a little bit of science. So, we're going to take kind of the best of all the worlds and we're going to wrap it into one. But we're going to add in, just like I said, a pinch of science here. So, we know that the seeds, they need for sure two things. Absolutely every seed on the planet needs two things. Minimum. Some might need a few other things to help it along, but on average, the minimum two things that all seeds need is going to be one, water. We need moisture. It needs to be moist. Two, needs oxygen, right? So, how can we blend the best of both worlds on this? That's where you start thinking outside the box, guys, and go, what are the professionals doing, right? They're taking water and they're dropping these seeds in water. Okay, what else are they doing? Well, that's where a little bottle of hydrogen peroxide. Why hydrogen peroxide? It's moist and it produces oxygen, something that the seed actually needs. The hydrogen peroxide actually helps soften up the seed shell a little bit, and it lets the moisture penetrate deeper into the seed. Therefore, you get a success rate of between 90 to 100% germination success rate with this method. Now, we're not sitting here going and dropping seeds directly into hydrogen peroxide, even though there is water in this, and this is not a 100% hydrogen peroxide mix. Most over-the-counter hydrogen peroxide that you're going to be able to purchase without breaking the bank is going to be a 3% solution. Most people, you have this as part of your medical supply kit already to help clean out wounds. Why? Because we need to rinse the debris out of it, and then we need to oxygenate it to kill off bacteria. So this helps sterilize the seeds and will sterilize wounds a little bit. But we're going to use it for the principle of the hydrogen peroxide will be helping soften up the seed shell. But like I said, you can't just put it into a 100%, into a 3% solution. This is, like I said, a 3% solution of hydrogen peroxide. So for every one shot glass of straight hydrogen, there is 3 shots of water. So we have a 3-to-1 mix. We need to dilute that just a little bit. So what I end up doing is I will take an extra 2 shots of water to 1 shot of the solution, and that will bring me down to a 1% solution instead of a 3% solution. So I'm further watering this down because, again, I don't want to put it in a straight hydrogen peroxide. You will have a bad time. You'll wonder why your seeds don't germinate at all because you're cooking your seeds with hydrogen peroxide. Now, you don't need to sit there and keep these in the hydrogen peroxide solution until you see a taproot. You don't have to. Sometimes you'll see the taproot within 12 to 24 hours, but if you do not see a taproot after 24 hours, I usually just take these, put it into a moistened paper towel, and put them off to the side, and I usually have them germinate within another 12 to 24 hours. So typically my longest germination rate will be like 2 days. But if you're using an older seed, it may take longer. So this is just step one, right? So we're going to go ahead and get everything ready here. So I've got my, I have 4 shots of solution here. And I have my water here. We're going to go ahead and mix it up in here real quick. And then we'll be able to put it into my containers where I will be able to float a seed from each one of these. And we are going to be, let's go over what we're going to be popping this time around. So I like the Wonder Pie a lot. So I'm got some more Wonder Pie, which Wonder Pie is Wedding Cake and OG Kush. This is all from Greenhouse Seed Company. The other one that I have is Chemical Bride. This is Wedding Cake and Chem Dog. Good. This should be a really nice, smooth smoke. And then I've got a couple of, I have a fruitier one, which I'm going to like. Banana Crumble, which is Banana Punch crossed with OG Kush. So it'll be nice skunky with a banana sweetness to it. Looking forward to that one. And then we have one that is Full Gas. This one is Exodus Cheese crossed with Sherbet OG. So I've got quite a bit of OG lines here. And some people have issues growing OG Kushes. I've never really had too much of an issue myself. Again, it's nature. Nature does what nature does best, right, guys? So let's go ahead and prep all my containers, prep the fluid really quick here. So we're going to go ahead and take my water, pour my water in here. We're going to take the hydrogen peroxide solution. We're going to go ahead and pour that in. And then I'm not really big. Some people will go all out and being sterile. I don't really care about being fully sterile. That's not how nature works, so that's not what I'm looking for on all of this. So we're going to go ahead and pour some of this out. And it doesn't need to be a whole lot, guys. We're not doing 1,000 seeds that I need a lot of liquid on. I don't know how I did that without spilling a drop. That was amazing. I'm going to have a good day. I didn't spill a drop. So, first one we're going to do is we're going to do the Exodus. We're going to do the Full Gas here, the Exodus cheese line. Now, the other thing that I like to do, all these seeds, when you take them out of the packages, they all look the same. You will not be able to tell the difference on any of the seeds until they start going into flower. Label your stuff, guys. I don't care if you take a piece of paper with some Scotch tape and you scribble the name on there and stick it to the container that you are utilizing. Why? We want to remember what strain we are dealing with, right, guys? Think about it. So, I mean, we all partake. We all gonna forget, and all it takes is 3 days and a fun weekend, and you won't remember what you did over here. So always, always, always label your stuff. That is pro tip number 1. And you don't need to peel. Now I'm using a little label maker from Brother. You don't have to go like this route, but I like it because it comes with a little built-in sticker, and I can sit there and just stick some of this right to it. And look, I'm labeled. Takes just a few seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to open this up now. This is the first time I'm opening up this one. Now I got 5 seeds of each one of these. And I got 5 seeds here. So far, we're doing good. They did not rip me off. Of course, they didn't rip me off the last time, so that's why I used them again. Yeah, there we go. So that, it's like I like good business, is means that I can sit there and trust that I'm getting what I'm getting. I'm going to go ahead, open up this. And full gas. Let the Bean to Green Harvest series begin. Episode 1 starts now. Bam! Woohoo! We are in business, guys. So, and you just kind of go through this and you do it all. We got banana punch, or I called it the wrong thing. I looked at the punch and it should have been banana crumble. Let me remake this because I was sitting there doing a rush. I was rushing a little bit to try to get this all set up, and I put the wrong name down. Whoopsie. So it's good to double check, triple check, and quadruple check everything, Measure 8 times, cut once type of deal. Got another 5 here, and this is my banana crumble. Yep, banana crumble. So, peel this back again. Banana crumble. Starting its journey now. Then we got Chemical Bride is the next one. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing again, which will be started up high. There we go. Below view. And the last one will be a Wonder Pie. All right. So that is everything. Now from here, you're going to check it every 24 hours. I've seen seeds pop in 12 hours and it's already have a taproot. Those are usually your autos. Like I said, I've seen a few, regular photos here and there pop a taproot in 12 hours. It does happen. Typically, I wouldn't expect to see a taproot really shoot out for at least 24 hours. Ones that I see that shoot a taproot out within the 24 hours, that's got a really long taproot. Those ones usually are also taller plants. Not every time, but typically, unless you're dealing with an auto, then autos typically crack a lot faster. That's some of the reasons why they tell you to just pop them in dirt and don't mess with them, because autos are a little bit more sensitive to having their root system played with at all, where photos are a little bit more forgiving because they're not triggering to flower so easily. You've got to actually change the light cycle on there to actually get it to flip into flower, where In auto, you make the root system angry at all, and it will flip the flower, whether you want to or not. But for here, that we're done with with stage one. So this is just the for me, like I said, I want you guys to all be successful with your grows, and if I can help you maximize your germination rate, this would be the one pro tip that I would say. Make a hydrogen peroxide solution at you want to have a 1% hydrogen peroxide solution. What you can typically buy is a 3%, so you got to add a couple of shots of water to it to get your 1%. So you're just further diluting it down just a little bit. Drop it in there for 24 hours. It doesn't need to be in there for more than 24 hours. More is not equal better. Okay. So I would say that after 24 hours, whether you see a taproot or not, get a piece of a paper towel, get it wet, not where it's like soaking wet, but just wet, right? So you basically you get it wet, squeeze it out a little bit to where if you squeeze it, you might be able to get a single drop out of it. Perfect. We don't need to drown it. We still need to make sure that the seed gets what again? That's right, oxygen. So making sure that our seeds get oxygen is a crucial point even right now, right? So go ahead and put these bad boys into a warm, dark location where they're not going to be disturbed. And you're going to find that you'll have more than likely. Oh, wow. Power just went out. Thankfully, I have a battery backup over here, but I just ran out. My power just turned off. Wow. That's interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to continue this video the best that I can right now. Hopefully nothing goes wrong and my battery bank doesn't just turn off on me. So perfect. So continuing on, just kind of fast track this up because my power, as you see, is trying to flicker back on. I would like to know what the heck is going on. Hello. It's a sunny day out. There's no wind. Oh, power's back. I don't claim to understand that one. It's not even windy out. So hopefully they were just like making a repair somewhere maybe. I don't know. That was weird. Anyway, back to topic. So from here, we're going to put this into a nice dark location that's not going to be really messed with. And it looks like did my stuff just bork out on me? Oh, it borked for a second there. It got on. My computer got a little unhappy with that. Hopefully, it didn't bork out too bad. But we're going to put this into a nice, like I said, dark location, and yeah. And in 24 hours, we'll come back to this, and we'll see what's going on. I'll show you a video for each of my steps of what I'm doing, guys. We're going to do a full seed to harvest video here. So I want to make sure that I give you guys everything that I'm doing. And yes, you'll be able to actually mimic a lot of the stuff. I'm going to give you the knowledge that's up here and help you guys be as successful as possible. So smash that lizard like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. And let's keep everybody growing. And may your thumbs always be green. I'll see you on the next one.